Hey everybody, whoa! I'm Pastor Margo of the ICAP, the National Commercial Archeology Preservation Group. CAP, like the dollar cap, to preserve, well, that's the preserve history of business in the news. Alright, there'll be a bunch of news tonight. Not much, but one specific thing. Other cat. Remember, it's being brought back. The cat's back. Everybody's saying that. Then the companies, they're calling it the cat's back, and they're at. As a remembrance of 1983 Arctic 84, my mistake. 1984 Arctic. It says the cat's back. But they're all in black and white, including the snowmobile. The mistake cost more than it was in color. This time, they're all color. And they use similar fonts and ads and everything. Giving it nostalgia. It gives that 1980s look in their ads. Yep. Going retro. Because I got two snowmobiles to retro this year. The XT, which is brought back. It was brought back in the late 80s, mid 80s, late 80s. Then fade away. Came back briefly and went away now. I think the fourth carnation of the XT. But it's a really retro look. And the other cat, purple color. And so is the kitty cat. The name, the look, instead of the D120. This year, it's actually called kitty cat, not D120. Just be careful. Don't make the mistake out of cat. The mistake that the DR120, but it's not. It's a kitty cat. I'm disappointed they're not going to bring. They're not going to continue with the kitty cat. And everybody wants the 200 instead of the 120 because the kids don't. They grow fast. So I think parents want to have it longer. So they go for the 200 beyond the age of 10. It's a lot bigger than the kitty cat. The original one with the leaf benching. Now, a few days ago, Brad Allen made an announcement that Archeology will rehire 500 employees. Everything. Assembly line, engineering, and the rest in the white collar department. That's about half of the full-fledged Arctic back in the mid-80s. There were 1,000 by 1990, actually. I remember now. 1990, 1,000. They must have had hired more throughout the years, but reduced down. One article I saw to 800 last year. 500 this year. Very conservative number. So we'll see how it goes now. They're back. But the hard part, are they going to be that successful like 1984 did? Back in 1984, model year, actually, called 1984 model year. That's 1983. They started at Arcot. Same this time will be at Arcot. Probably very limited run. Because many of the snowmobiles are already ordered. Competitive brand, Gidoo, and Plurt. So it's the very last minute ordering because they want to get the 2026 and not skip a year. So we'll see how that goes. So that's why it's limited. Start in August, just like they did with 1983, Return of the Cat. That time, like 100 people working the factory. 100. But they accelerated up to 1,000 because they increased the first 5 years, double the number of the ordered. It's accelerated back in the 80s. The first 5 years slowly came down. It was really scraping by back in 2017. Actually goes back further. About 2012, the 50th anniversary, really getting hard. That's why they allow a contract with Yamaha. So then by 2017 they had to sell. And Textron brought. Many said Textron mixed it up. But there's some things Textron did right. You may not agree with me. I'll tell you why. Textron did not dissolve AutoCAD. Second of all, they did not file bankruptcy for AutoCAD. Because Textron itself was probably making money off their contract work, making military supplies, helicopters, things like that. They're actually a defense contractor, but they wanted to get into motorsport. But apparently they couldn't do it like the way they used to with Plurt back then. That's why they sold Plurt. And they were doing it yet. Everything repeat in snowmobiles. First with Plurt and AutoCAD for Textron. Then AutoCAD came back in 1983 for the 1984. Same with this year. For the 2026 model year. History repeat. Will we see the next 5 year the high curve? It's not the same as it was back in the 80s. Because it was rather wagon that time, and it was getting better. Now recession. This time can be. Second of all, back then we were coming out of energy crisis. Excuse me, the second energy crisis, and coming out of the Cold War that ended. Now we're in the dead. Cold War II. But with President Trump versus Vladimir Putin. Trump will not get into the war. Everything repeats. You can see that also. Wow. It feels like 1980s all over again. Especially with the cat back. But it's very different. Pictured than in the 80s for a lot of things. Snowmobiles back then were on decline because of lack of snow, rising price of fuel was already hitting over $1 a gallon back in 1980. Been 45 years of over $1. Right now about $2.50. Even what's more. This time around, of course. Price was dropping with Trump. It's dropping a little bit. It's also funny because Chrysler was the verge of bankruptcy and going out of business in 1980 when ICAP filed bankruptcy. This time, the only one Chrysler model left. Of course, the Dodge and the Jeep. Ram, I still consider them under Dodge, not a separation division. It's just Dodge Ram. That's all. Well, anyway, very similar. Everything seems to be repeat. Have you noticed that? Repeat. Yep, that's the subject tonight. Everything seems to be repeating. Yeah, okay. Almost fell to the floor. I caught it. Yep, 12 minutes. So that's it for now. Have a good night. God bless. Ciao. Whoa!